What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of the Boundless Perception YouTube channel. And today, as the title suggested, we are going to be assembling and finishing painting all of that jazz Goofy shield from Kingdom Hearts. So let's hop to it. So as I said, today we're going to be doing Goofy's shield, and we have it all printed. Each of these pieces takes about a day to print, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and actually this one I think takes about maybe 5 or 10 hours. Of course, these are all on my CR10s, not on the bamboo. I think it's only like 7 hours or something like for each of these pieces on the bamboo. But anyways, I digress. We're gonna go ahead and get started on these. The first thing we have to do is paint them, glue them together. Then we're gonna go ahead and resin them because I don't feel like sanding everything to get rid of all the layer lines. So we're gonna put a nice coat of resin over it. We're gonna try to hide the seams the best we can. And then we're going to go ahead and paint it. While this is drying or while this is gluing, whatever, I'm gonna go ahead and figure out if I'm gonna hand paint it or airbrush it. I'm leaning towards airbrushing because it's a lot quicker. And maybe I'll just paint the rims here in gold by hand because I don't feel like taping off all of that. But we'll see. So anyways, so let's hop to the gluing portion and then we'll hop to the next portion. All right, so we're just gonna go ahead and glue these pieces together. As you can see, there's a lot of surface area, so we are going to use a ton of glue to make sure that these stick together. As always, we're using E6000, and we're going to apply a very, like I said, generous amount. Doing this like zigzag pattern, and then when we actually put the pieces together, we're gonna essentially squish it down to get the glue to spread out to all pieces. Put a little bit here on the edges, right? Make sure you recap your glue. And then we just literally, well, let's do it this way so you guys can see. Make sure that they line up, of course. Oh, wait, hold up, there we go. And there we go, that they line up. And we're going to be doing these with the item face down so that we can glue the 2 pieces together, and then we'll glue, well, 2 and 2, and then all 4 pieces together. So right now, we're gonna go ahead and get this piece together, smash it together as tight as we can. And there's always gonna be some glue that seeps through, but we're just gonna go ahead and get rid of that with a, either a toothpick or, you know, a Q-tip, something like that. But that's what you're going to get when you first glue these pieces together. It's important to make sure they line up very well. You can, of course, pull E6000 apart. It's not very difficult, but it's not very easy either. But make sure they line up. I'm gonna go ahead, remove this, glue these 2 pieces together, then we'll move on to the second part. All right, so it's been an hour or 2, something like that, and as you can see, our pieces are glued together, so we're good to go there. We're gonna go ahead and glue these sides together like so. We'll try to get them to stay together in a decent shape, and then we're gonna go ahead and get to sealing them with resin. So yeah, let's do that. All right, guys, so it's actually been a little over a day, and our shield is now completely dry, as you can see. So what we're gonna go ahead and do is fill in this small area with the crack here, and then try to fill in these seams as much as possible. We're gonna go ahead and use some resin for that. I'm going to probably just use basic resin, which is the Anycubic black. We're all out of gray, and it doesn't matter because we're gonna be spray painting it or airbrushing it, whichever, so it doesn't matter the color of your resin. But that's what we're gonna go for, and hopefully we can get all these, you know, seams filled in. And then of course we still have to glue the handle on the back, but I'm not worried about that because the back side I don't really care so much about. We're gonna paint the inside along with the ears black, and then we're gonna paint the outer rings blue, and then we're gonna paint the, I don't even know, the rims, I guess these are called, gold. I may end up painting those by hand gold. I'm not really sure how I'm gonna do those, but the large surface areas I'm definitely gonna try to knock out with something larger because it would just take too long to do it all by hand. So let's hop to that. All right, so we hit it with resin. We ended up using some of the baby powder to fill in the gaps, and this is what we get. Doesn't look so great right now. We're gonna hit it with a bit of sanding, and that should smooth out all of the pieces, you know, that are like whatever propped up because of the resin. Hopefully we'll sand out most of it, and then we're gonna go ahead and get to spray painting. So up to sanding. All right, guys, so we have now primed, we have now resin, and we have now sanded away a bit of the excess. So now this part is not only filled, but completely smooth. Most of this is smooth, as much as we could get it. And we are gonna go ahead now and start painting it. I'm gonna go ahead and tape off these areas. And then we're gonna hit it with black here, black here, black here, blue, blue, and then gold for the rings to make the classic Goofy shield from Kingdom Hearts. So let's hop to the next phase of this. All right, guys, so we have let the black paint dry, the Krylon black paint, and this is what we have so far. I have to go ahead and pull off all of this blue tape because now this area needs to be painted blue. We're gonna cover this area, which is obviously the black area, and the, I don't know, rings or whatever they're called here, the rim, because we're gonna paint that in gold. So now we're gonna do the blue, and we're gonna finish it off with the gold. So time to rip off all this tape, spray paint the blue part, and go from there. So let's hop to it. All right, guys, so it was dried overnight, so, you know, a good few hours, 8 hours minimum. And this is what we're up to. We have a different color blue than this color blue here. And we basically now just have left to do is the gold rim trim. And we're probably gonna end up doing that one by hand, again, because there's not much room to really spray paint these. So we're gonna go ahead and rip this, what's it called, tape off, and go from there. So let's hop to that part.
Six and a half hours later.
All right, guys, so after several hours of painting, this is our finished product. We still have to go back and clear coat this, but this is what we have made. These are just a few of the paints that I ended up using for this. We ended up using Rust-Oleum's Royal Blue, Krylon's Matte Ink Blue, and Krylon's Matte Black, along with Metallic Pure Gold. I just got this from Walmart to cover in the gold here that you see. This has been a very time-consuming project. I've been painting for about 4 hours now, just doing the gold and touching up some of the areas that I basically leaked over for the black and the blue. And it took a while. I still have to glue the handle onto the back, but that's just gonna take, you know, a few minutes, just throw the glue on there. I mean, the handle on there, but that's all there is to this. Reflecting back, if I had to do this over again, I probably would hand paint or airbrush the blue in. I used spray paint because I didn't have the colors in blue and I did have them in spray paint. And I was like, might as well use them. But yeah, you can get a lot more control obviously with an airbrush than you can with spray paint. And even though I taped off everything, you guys saw me do that, sometimes the paint got underneath it. Then I had to go back and cover it up, but you know, it's nothing more. It's more of an inconvenience and a time-consuming thing than it really was a problem. But, you know, just reflecting back, that's definitely what I would change. But I really, really like the way that this came out. It's probably gonna go back here with a lot of my other finished projects you can see. Back here in the background, everything that I've basically painted so far, excluding like Yoko's rifle, which is off here to the side, is back here in the background. May mount it on the wall. I really like the way it came out, like the way it looks, as I am a huge fan of Kingdom Hearts. And you know, this was kind of like a side project. It took me away from making my armor, which is behind the camera, and I still need to work on that, but that's coming, don't worry about it. Anyways though, this is going to be in my Etsy store. I plan on probably printing another one and actually trying to see how it does against a paintball gun, using that as a shield just for fun. That'd be a really interesting episode. Let me know in the comment sections below if you do want to see that episode, and we will certainly get it done. But that's going to pretty much be it. Again, really like the way that this came out. It's got some weight to it. It's a great shield. I really like it. Maybe in the future I can go back and just paint in this, but I really don't care because no one's seeing that. It's going to be on your arm, you know, like this the whole time. No one cares about the backside. But anyways, that's going to do it for today's episode. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. As always, please like and subscribe. And until next time, stay boundless. See you guys. Bye-bye.